Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between ShoWTimE and SortOf on Ruins of Endion. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is ShoWTimE. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is SortOf. So guess what, guys? This is Dreamhack. Yes, Dreamhack finally released their replay pack, so I'm going to go ahead and cast a few of these games for you guys to show you what you might have missed. Alright, and let's get right on into it. So SortOf here is going for a pool first play. Oh boy, a little gutsy here on this particular map. So now you're thinking, alright, they're not that far from each other, but guess what? In order to get your opponent's base on this map, you have to go up here, all the way through your natural, down this, across this, all the way across this area, and back on up. It's very difficult to do. Takes a long time. To take this shorter route, you have to knock down these rocks, which Zerg players cannot do in the early stages of the game. Any early lings that are going to pop out here for SortOf are going to have to go the long way around. Great scout by ShoWTimE, seeing exactly what he's dealing with. This should be a nice wall, although he's walling at the bottom of the ramp here, which means he can't build on these unbuildable rocks, and he can't do a full wall. Oh, this might actually be disastrous for ShoWTimE. In production, 6 lings. That is as quick a pool as you're going to see in StarCraft 2. 6 lings here at the 1 minute and 20-second mark. 8 more, oh, not 8 more, but 8 total will be here eventually. Throwing down a hatch, so SortOf isn't going one base. It's actually kind of impossible to go one base in StarCraft 2 just because you have so many workers. You can't spend all your money just on a single hatch. But again, trying to wall as best he can here is ShoWTimE. Actually, can he hold this spot with the Zealot? If he can hold this spot with his Zealot, I think he might be okay. Chrono boosting out that Zealot as fast as he can, as Protossly possible. Wall off, Zealot. What are you doing? Maybe throw a pylon down? I don't know. ShoWTimE has some options here. Going Nexus. Okay, so the links have to go clear around to do some stuff. The Zealot and the Probe's going to fight against here. Some good micro on display. The Probes can hold their own fairly well. The Zealot needs to get some shots off first, though. And here it is, pinning the Zealot a little bit. Nice positioning, though. Great positioning. Getting some swipes on off there. Trying to hold it. No, the lings are inside the main base. Oh, no, ShoWTimE. Here we come. The lings on top of everything. The Probes stacking up, trying to get on top of these lings. And there it is, now fighting for their own lives, using their little own zappers. Coming to their own mouths. Mothership cores here too. Photon overcharge used, and all those lings are going to die. Alright, so 3 probes died during that attack. Not completely catastrophic for ShoWTimE. Currently, it is 19 to 15 harvesters. ShoWTimE is in the lead. He has his base on the way. Whereas SortOf's is complete, but still, that early ling attack did not do as much as I thought it would. And SortOf is knocking down these rocks. So I guess that does prevent any future attacks from getting in here. Trust me, this one fell down too. It doesn't look like it because nobody could actually see it when it happened. But yeah, this guy knocked down. That's a full wall right now. And now taking a third base that is covered by these rocks. So SortOf is pretty safe from any kind of aggression that ShoWTimE's capable of doing. Is he going to knock down? He's getting help. ShoWTimE knock down these rocks? Nope. Nope, the ling's going to bypass those rocks entirely. Try to get in for yet another scout here. Possibly pick off 1 or 2 of these probes. Good reaction time by ShoWTimE, though. Getting the heck on out of there. APM for these players is well over 200. Both players playing out of their minds right now. SortOf, again, one of the best Zerg players on Earth in the foreign scene. ShoWTimE, too. Super great. All right, so Zerglings getting on top of these probes. 1 probe, 2 probes have died. Pretty good micro on display. Again, as the Zerg player here, don't get surrounded by probes if you can avoid it. Like that, right there. If you can actually stay on the outside of them, kind of moving back as they try to get on top of you, you do a lot more damage. It's just difficult to pull off, as we saw SortOf kind of flub it a little bit there. He's lost a lot of Zerglings, but on the plus side, he has killed 6 probes, which is pretty darn nice as well. So both players have been delayed a little bit in their tech. Now a Stargate is coming up for ShoWTimE. A Stargate opening here from our Protoss player. And SortOf is actually just sort of macroing up. SortOf is sort of macroing up. He doesn't have a Roach Warren. Does he have? He has a couple extractors here that he just now pocked up. Is just now getting gas. Never got speed for those lings at all. And Mothership Core versus Queen. This is not a great idea. The Queen's very, very good against Mothership Cores. A 1-to-1 battle from a healthy Mothership Core and a healthy Queen. The Queen's going to win that thing, as ShoWTimE recognizes, and pops on out. I mean, did you get any kills? No, not really. That was kind of a weird decision. But hey, there's worse things that I've seen. So yeah, there's that full wall I was talking about from SortOf. And this is knockdown too. So ShoWTimE's feeling a little bit nervous, which is to be understood. And SortOf just wants to be left alone while he macros his face off. It is 46 to 37 harvesters right now in favor of ShoWTimE. Roach Warren Evolution Chamber now choosing his tech path. It's going to be roaches. It's going to be ravagers. I would be shocked if he didn't make any ravagers there. Double gateway follow-up and an oracle with a phoenix follow for ShoWTimE. Is there a spore crawler? No. Sort of canceled it. Anything here? No. Sort of canceled it. All right, so this oracle can do a lot of damage, especially with the phoenix assist. Maybe the phoenix picking up the queen while the oracle goes to town on the mineral line. That's a nice combo. Actually, a nice idea. Trying to sneak on in here and going to take some shots from that queen. First of all, that one too. Great positioning on the queens from SortOf, actually. And the oracle is forced to escape. SortOf, man, what wizardry was that? Amazing. I guess he did get a lucky scout. These lings heading on down did scout out that oracle first, so he knew where to send his queens to defend, but didn't even have to really get off creep to do that. Set one here, set one here. The oracle took too many shots, was very low on HP, and was forced to retreat. So regenerating some of her health. I'm going to try to sneak on in here and go for some more workers. 1, 2, 3. There it is. 4, 5. Not quite able to get 5 there, but 4. 4 is pretty good. Overseer morphing and scouting on into the main base here. Going to scout a couple of interesting structures. A forge and a Twilight Council. So likely going to be Blink Stalker. Could also be a Resonating Glaives upgrade. Twilight Council could mean a lot of things. Changeling gets killed by a probe. Nicely done on that one. And +1 attack. It is going to be Blink. It is going to be Blink for ShoWTimE. Metabolic boost just now finishing for SortOf, and there's a revelation being tossed down on this base. Not super useful. Yes, there are workers. Yes, there are overlords, but not much else to see here. Muscular augments on the way for SortOf. Looks like he's going to go for some hydras. Third base up for ShoWTimE here too. Man, playing so darn well. Look at this APM just consistently above 200 throughout this entire game. Oracle trying to sneak in, get some more additional drone kills, but no, not going to work. As I've said for months now, getting a spore crawler, getting a queen, enough to handle this. Actually, I've been saying that since like Heart of the Swarm, so over a year. Anyways, Zerg players figured that one out. Infestation Pit now on the way. That's a sub 7-minute Infestation Pit for SortOf, mind you. Continuing to make probes, continuing to make workers. Sentries popping up too as well for ShoWTimE, and an Observer on the way. That is a lot of sentries for ShoWTimE. I haven't seen this many sentries for a Protoss in a long time, since like Sentry Immortal was a thing. Just still, I mean, I guess it's not super viable, but I'd like to see somebody try it. Knocking down the rocks that SortOf knocked down to get out, but Revelation is up on these guys, so ShoWTimE sees these lings coming, sees these hydras coming, knows exactly what to do here, and look at this delay. Has to knock it down with the lings. Photon Overcharge could easily take these guys out. Sentries are going to try to tickle these lings to death, and forcing them away from the rocks, slowing this down, allowing some Immortals to pop out, allowing a Robotics Bay to finish for ShoWTimE. This Oracle, nope, that's a Phoenix rather, just scouting up as well, trying to make sure no additional bases have been taken, and the rocks are broken. One set, anyway. There's still another one here that can be killed, and SortOf's going to work on those too. So just being very careful, not losing anything, not throwing away lings. I see a lot of Zerg players just throw away lings in this situation, saying, they're cheap, but man, if you just lose them for nothing, it's not a very good sign for your health in this game. Adept gets sniped on down thanks to the high spot from the Overseer there. Good Revelation. Again, these rocks are going to get killed, and here we come. SortOf marching right on up here. Going to try to take down that pylon. Does, and then backs on out just as quick as you please. No big deal there. Lurker Den just about to finish here. Spire not even close to finishing, but that Disruptor count already up for ShoWTimE. Oh, so Disruptors here from our blue Protoss player. We'll see how that works out. Again, not much success with that unit on my channel recently. Haven't really seen big-time Disruptor plays, just because Vipers are really good, although I don't see any sign of Vipers coming out of SortOf here. Does he have any? No, he does not. It's just straight Hydra Ling. So, pretty good composition here, especially against this many Stalkers and Immortals. Pretty good Disruptor shots could definitely negate that. ShoWTimE looks like he's going to go ahead and try to take a fourth base right up here, exactly as SortOf has done already. 32 lings in production for SortOf, man. Holy smokes. 75 to 66 workers, SortOf looking very strong, looking very confident, looking very ready to rock. It's just a lot of these units are very low hit point. A single Disruptor shot could wipe out most of these things if they were clumped up together enough. So here comes ShoWTimE. He's going to attack along this bottom path, which is a very popular attack path in StarCraft 2 on Ruins of Endion. And going to knock down these rocks in response. Here comes some lurkers. Going to burrow for some base defense. Setting up right here would be excellent. ShoWTimE would not be able to come down this ramp very well at all. And just counterattacking. SortOf sets up the lurkers for defense. Comes right on in. Stasis Horde catches a single ling. And that is it. This base is in a lot of trouble. SortOf knocks down a cannon. Knocks down a bunch of Stalkers here too. Photon Overcharge is up. Stalkers coming on in, but this base is going to fall, being focused down by the Hydras and by the Lings. ShoWTimE is supply blocked. It's going to get worse from here. Lings on top of the Stalkers. Such a terrible, terrible position to be in. Nice blink out, though, keeping him alive, but the Nexus is killed. The Nexus does go down. Lurker trying to burrow. Does get exploded by a couple Purification Novas. 2 shots, enough to kill a burrowed Lurker, even if you cannot see it, and sort of pulls back. Just as easy as can be, no big deal. Trying some Drop Lord play here, but does get scattered out by a Phoenix, unfortunately for these guys. And there's the pause, quick pause, ready to go. Some admins talking about that's just fine here. Melee attack level 1 completed for SortOf. Interesting play, but I guess he has a lot of Lings. That +1 melee is going to help immensely. Still trying to do this thing as SortOf. He's going to lose that Drop Lord immediately. This one too, trying to run away, but pushing up with a big, huge Ling Lurker attack. That's a lot of Lurkers. A lot of Lurkers. Hive on the way for SortOf too. That drop gets sniped on down before dropping much of anything, forcing a cancel on the 4th base. Again, it's 184 to 156 total supply here, and these pylons are absolutely going to fall. They do. The assimilators exploding too. Overseers being forced away. A lot of disruptors once again, though, but SortOf doesn't stick around long enough to allow the disruptors to send out Purification Novas. Just not. I feel like ShoWTimE needs to replant this base immediately. He can't sit here on 3 versus 4 bases. Although, SortOf is pretty much maxed out with this Lurker Ling combination, and I don't know. I feel like maybe Void Rays would be a good play here. None of this can shoot up, as you may well know if you've ever played this game. Coming back in again, SortOf just bouncing back and forth, checking to make sure that 4th base has not been retaken. Some Stalkers try to come in here, and they do chase the Lings away. There was a Drop Lord somewhere. Good observer. Scout sees exactly what's going on, and again, there's nothing here that can shoot up. Nothing at all. Disruptor count looking fairly heavy. There are 6 disruptors there. That's a lot of Purification Nova, and not much from SortOf that can snipe those down, which is a problem. There are so many Lings on the field, though. I haven't seen this many Lings in a long time. 100, fully 50 supply of SortOf's 196 supply are Lings right now, which is nuts. So here he goes, threatening this base. Lurkers are set up, absolutely denying that 3rd base. They're forced to retreat. To deal with that is ShoWTimE. Another base on the way for SortOf. He's just been everywhere at once and backing out with the Drop Lord. The Drop Lord play too, man. Just insane. Lings trying to knock down these pylons and able to do it. Some Changelings mixed in here too. Zealots getting right on top of those Lings. They have the +2 attack, doing very well against these guys with the +1 attack and no armor upgrades at all. Coming right on down this hill, though, not feeling scared at all, is ShoWTimE. Any Purification Novas to speak of? There it is, Purification Nova, taking out 1 Lurker, taking out 2 Lurkers, taking out an Extractor and a couple workers there too. Disruptors being very cautious, taking out, oh, double hit, taking out both of those Lurkers very easily. Lings trying to do what they can. These Zealots with the +2 attack, once again getting absolutely overwhelmed, though. Another attack here of Lurkers getting sniped on down by these Stalkers. All of those Zealots die, and SortOf backs on out. Backs on out here. Holy smokes, it is 184 to 186 total supply. ShoWTimE continuing. No, he is now getting a Templar Archives and +3 attack for his ground units. Excellent, excellent decision, if I do say so myself. But Broodlords on the way. Oh no. Oh no, ShoWTimE. There are Broodlords on the way. Corruptors in the air. Currently 10. Greater Spire just about to finish here, and I just don't know what ShoWTimE has to deal with that. Yes, he has a lot of Stalkers. Yes, they have +3 attack, which is nice. I'm not going to argue with that one at all. Storm is on the way here too. Trying to use Storm against the Lings, not a bad strategy. Just trying to hold on to his 3 bases. But meanwhile, SortOf happens to be on 5 bases at 68 to 60 Harvesters. Right now, SortOf needs to be super duper cost effective if he's going to come back into this game. Some DTs mixed in. I like that play. There's an Overseer though, which is a bit of a problem. Lurker trying to hold this, but Phoenix almost able to kill it. Gonna have to go for round 2 of that Graviton Beam to lift it and destroy it. And finally, retaking his 4th base here is ShoWTimE. In production are Broodlords. Here come the Lings once again. Can they force a cancel? Good blink on in to chase those Lings away. Another attack down here. All the Lurkers are coming down on this south side, but they do get scouted. Oh, now there are Vipers in the air. Oh man, Vipers with Abduct could be just insane here. More and more Broodlords getting morphed on in. Meanwhile, this base gets canceled once again. SortOf forcing the cancel. Stalkers stabbing away at everything here. Trying to kill what they can. Not quite able to kill everybody before they escape. And now this base. Broodlord, Lurker, Corruptor, Viper. Really solid composition here. Going to kill this base. ShoWTimE is in a ton of trouble. What can he do? He can't come in on ground because this lurker count is insane. They do have the +1 attack, doing extra damage to armored. Can the disruptors do enough against the lurkers to kill all of them? No! Can't quite do it. Now the Broodlords have complete control of the air, coming in, dropping in everything that they can. The upgrades are benefiting these Broodlings too. +2, +1, now finishing. And they're free units. It doesn't matter that they die. They can continue to be replenished over and over and over. Another base here for SortOf coming on up. And the Broodlings expiring, but guess what? Round 18 now coming in. The Stalkers, if they can blink under these Broodlords, and there are enough of them, SortOf might be able to hold on here. Disruptors being killed. No, try to take that down. Feedback. Nicely done on one of those Vipers, though, but backed into a corner here is ShoWTimE. He's trying to do what he can, but that's it. The GG. GG from ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE is defeated, and SortOf is victorious. Woo! That was an amazing, amazing back and forth ZVP on Ruins of Endion. Holy cow. I hope you enjoyed watching that because I really, really enjoyed casting it. SortOf style is just so aggressive, so much more aggressive than you see from Zerg players most of the time in Heart of the Swarm and Legacy of the Void. That ling count, once again, was insane. He ended with 71 lings. He lost 177, which means he made 240 lings. Throughout the course of this game, he had an Ultralisk cavern coming up. He made Broodlords. He made so many Lurkers. The Viper count was just enough too. Continuing to deny this fourth base, really, I think, is what won him the game. The Ling Hydra attacks, he never really stayed in one place. He never really got ShoWTimE or allowed ShoWTimE to engage for any length of time. He would just attack back out, tack down here, back out, and once he finally had the siege unit of the Broodlord, he did make his final push. The thing about Protoss is, as long as you keep them on their side of the base, they're not that scary. What is really scary for the Zerg player is when there's a huge Protoss army right here or right here. That is when things go bad. But having Lurkers set up on this portion of the ramp, pretty good strategy on this map. ShoWTimE had a tough time coming down here. Yes, he was able to kill some with the Purification Nova, but it didn't really do as much damage in clearing those out, and it's just a slow process, and SortOf was able to handle it. No big deal while counterattacking up here, forcing the army back once again. And that was all she wrote. I mean, it was just a consistent multi-pronged attack from SortOf. I loved the lurker drops that he displayed here too. Just amazing play, using those drop lords to their full extent. Yes, lost the one here, lost the one here. I was a little bit too over anxious to make those things work and just lost everything. But in the end, he won the game, so that's all that really matters. All right, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.